We're back with Part 4 and will now demonstrate the new Child Welfare module, which follows the Parent-Guardian Strengths and Needs domain in the Caregiver Assessment. We've moved back to interview mode so you can see the full text of the new items. Be sure to go back, though, and look at the item ratings and definitions manual. As these items are all new, they're all very descriptive, and you want to become familiar with them. The first item is discipline, and you can see that we've got more descriptions in the individual anchor ratings. Next, we have marital partner violence in the home. You can put comments in the comments box. And we'll go through these a little slowly so you get a chance to look at them. These items are rated from that one caregiver's perspective that you are rating. The word parent is used for consistency, but when you're rating, you need to substitute the name of the caregiver you are rating while selecting the responses. For example, on condition of the home, you're rating that caregiver's home. On frustration tolerance, you are rating that caregiver's ability to manage his or her own frustration. If the item doesn't apply to that caregiver, rate a 0. For example, perhaps you're rating a grandmother as a potential relative placement. That grandmother was not involved in the previous maltreatment that brought the child to the attention of DSS, so she does not have any role in this responsibility maltreatment item, and the appropriate rating is 0. Okay, we're just going to page on through relationship with abuser, parent traumatic reaction, thinking about the parent's own traumatic experiences or the guardian or the caregiver, parent's criminal behavior, parents' understanding of the impact of their own behavior on children. And all of these items were taken from the Illinois Child Welfare Cans: empathy with children, effective parenting approaches, relationship with child welfare worker, participation in visitation, and commitment to reunification. Again, if the child is in the home, that particular item would not apply, so you would rate a 0. Okay, so now we're going to save and close the assessment. So we need to go, if you do have a second caregiver or a third caregiver that you're rating, you would go to next caregiver and add the assessment. When you go to add caregiver, it'll actually pop up the list and show you who is on your caregiver list. Okay, now we'll go back to child view. Save and close, sorry. And we'll get the error message. We'll get the message, the assessment is closed, the algorithm message that the child's assessment does not meet the requirements for residential treatment. And so now we're going to access the completed report of the assessment. So go to the tab and click on report, the report link. Okay, and there you'll see the first page is all the demographic information, the date of the assessment. Moving on through the pages, similar to the current one, it prints the different item definitions. It will also, the last couple of pages will show the parent, guardian, caretaker, the caregivers, the caregiver loop, the caregiver assessment will be here, the strengths and needs, and then the new child welfare module. Okay, to print the assessment, you're going to click on the export feature, PDF, open or save the document, and then you can print it. Okay, so we've completed that one assessment, but what I want to do now is show you the permanency report. The DSS enhanced version of the CANS creates a permanency report which shows by individual caregiver ratings on items from the caregiver assessment from the initial CANS and the 2 most recent CANS. The permanency report allows you to, at a glance, look at progress on certain items. Items on the permanency report are grouped by the Strengthening Families Protective Factors framework. So let's take a look at a permanency report for a test child who is already in Canvas 2.0. We need to log in as a local administrator so we can demonstrate a permanency report for a child who has more complete data in the system. As a case manager, though, you will be able to access and print permanency reports for children on your caseload. Okay, so we're going to go to reports, go to permanency, select that. Oh, I think, did you select the child? Oh, yeah, actually go to select child. Oh, we're waiting, sorry. There we go. All right, now we're going to select the child from this list, and we're going to choose Josephine Baker, and we're going to select Mom, Mary. Okay, and then click View Report. But you could access the caregiver report for any caregiver that you've rated. The permanency report pulls items from the two sections of the caregiver assessment, parent guardian strengths and needs, and the child welfare module, and is organized by the protective factors framework of safety, knowledge of parenting and child development, identification and use of concrete supports in times of need, factors contributing to parent caregiver resilience, and commitment to the permanency plan goal. The next 2 pages will give you even more information. So let's go to page 4, and you'll see, in addition to looking at progress over time, you will always be able to see a list of issues that have resolved in the most recent time frame. Resolved means the rating on an item has moved from a 3 or a 2, from an actionable item, to a 1 or a 0. Items that show a most recent rating of 2 or 3 are listed separately, so you can see those further down on the page. Space is provided for the team or for whoever is doing the service plan to document what steps will be taken to address those needs. And you'll see there are quite a few for this one. We may not have that many. In addition to the permanency report, a similar report entitled Child's Individual Functioning will pull the ratings on the child's initial CANS and then compare those ratings to the 2 most recent CANS assessments. Okay, so we finished looking at the permanency report. If you have any questions after Canvas 2.0 is implemented, start with your local administrator. An updated list will be available under CANS Superusers Report Administrators on the CSA website at www.csa.virginia.gov. We will continue to have help desk support, so if you have questions, you may contact the help desk at 1-877-727-8329 or canvas@rcrtechnology.com. Please remember, do not email child-specific information. And of course, you may always contact the Office of Children's Services for assistance. One last note, we have learned that Canvas 2.0 works best in Internet Explorer. We hope you have found this demonstration helpful.